Okay, here we go. Press record. Okay. We talked about being live and in the moment. Okay. Let's be live and in the moment. I talked about, I don't even know what I look like right now. Let's take a look. Hang on. Hang on, I haven't looked. It's fine. Everything's fine. I've discussed, podcasting 5 days in a row. So here we go. Let's get it started. I've already had an interesting day. It was funny. One of my colleagues was like, oh my God, let's go do happy hour. And then, let's all. It became this big happy hour thing. So it is almost 9 o'clock at night. And here I am getting in the studio. But I told myself, Adrienne, if you're going to challenge yourself to 5 days, you're going to do these 5 fucking days. I sent a message out to my Instagram followers and I said, you guys, oh my God, I'm going to be distracted. I'm not going to know what to talk about. And by the way, tomorrow, Mr. Wright is coming on the show, which I am so excited for you guys to meet him. But I was like, what do I talk about? And so I'm going to take your topics and answer them here. Are you ready? All right. Let's go. Okay, so someone says, I want to hear all about your recent sex experiences. Mr. Wright and I have thoroughly been enjoying the prone position. That is our new favorite. I feel like it's just such a hot and sexy position where it was funny because one day he was like, hey, what are you doing? He was like, get upstairs. And I was like, okay. And he's pulled my pants down just enough. They weren't all the way off. So they were keeping my legs together. And he, straddled me, pushed inside, and it's one of the hottest positions ever for me because he can grab my throat or pull my hair or my shoulders or put my hands on my back. And I really have been so much, very much so enjoying that position with him. So that's a hot, sexy experience. Also, I want to let you know, we have a party coming up. There's a party in June. And I'm very excited. Of course, Mr. Wright and I will be talking about it and sharing it with you. But I'm very excited to find out, what is it going to be like to be with my partner? To be with a primary partner in the lifestyle at my first party. Because I've been, doing this for 4 years. But now, I'm not a unicorn anymore. And so I'm very excited to see how that's going to go. Of course, we'll be sharing along the way. Okay, the next one. Adrienne, you should talk about your journey in the last few months. You can inspire people. The last few months have been a whirlwind in my life, but I will say there's something that I did, I feel like, right before I met Mr. Wright, is I decided I was no longer going to tolerate bullshit. I was going to focus on me and really hold firm on my boundaries, my core values, and stay true to myself. Mr. Wright and I think we'll talk about it on the show. We've had some really difficult conversations together, but it's what was needed. It's what was required for us to move forward in our relationship. And so I really think if you are staying true to yourself, if you are living your life for you, right? And so what I mean by that is in your gut, this guy's just not that into me, or this relationship is not working out, or, oh my God, I feel so trapped. What can I do? Or I need to have a discussion with my partner and address X, Y, and Z. Do it, right? I think a lot of people live in fear of what people may think or what may happen. And the reality is, if you're not living true to yourself, you're never really going to be happy. And so that's one thing I really changed over the last couple of months, especially. And just, even in our relationship, and I think Mr. Wright and I will talk about that on the show with you guys. We've had some tough conversations. That's one of the things I love about him, is that we have this amazing communication with each other. And that's things that I've changed over the last few months to inspire someone, is to stay true to yourself. be you. Really stand up and speak for yourself, even if it's uncomfortable, right? Like, there's some conversations I've had with Mr. Right, and remind yourself that, like, there's a time and place for everything. Like, there's one time where I was like, I'm going to text him right now. But I was like, no, I'm going to wait. I'm going to address this when we get home. It's something I want to talk to you guys about, and it's about jealousy. I think it's one of the things I want to address with him. But it was like, okay, I want to scream and shout about this right now, but it's not the right time. And so I spoke about it with him later, and we had a resolution. We had a good conversation. But it was standing up for myself and being true to myself. And I feel like there's just nothing between he and I, and that's huge. That's something I've changed. I used to always hold things in, not say anything. I don't want to sound crazy, and so that was a big deal. Okay. Someone says, Adrian, speak about confidence and self-worth. I feel like that kind of goes hand in hand with, speaking about my journey over the last year. If you're not staying true to yourself, you're fooling the world, right? And you're not really going to be able to be happy because you're not living your true, authentic life and as yourself, right? I have so many friends. I'm not kidding you. I have so many friends that are dealing with bullshit or situations, and they're like, well, maybe, or there's gray area. Like, no, if you are confident, if you have like all the self-worth and you are so sure of yourself, these are things that will not be an issue for you. I have to be careful what I'm saying here, because I know a lot of people are going to listen to me and they're going to be like, well, what do you mean? It's like, the truth behind things, right? Like what your gut is telling you, what is like on paper, black and white, you know what I mean? Like that's the reality of your situation. And I feel like a lot of people don't listen to it. A lot of people want to, like stray away from the truth because they're like, oh, well, maybe, or might, or, he is just busy, or they don't have time for me. And like all that stuff is just bullshit. And so when it comes to confidence and self-worth, I think staying true to yourself and doing the hard things, right? Like when Mr. Right and I met, like I didn't think he was emotionally available for me. And what I did was I said, hey, listen, like I'm here and you're here. Like we're on different levels when it comes to like our emotional availability. And I think we need to take a break. And then we did. And he was like, Adrian, I'm going to meet you wherever you need to go. And, the rest is history. But if I wouldn't have had that boundary, if I wouldn't have spoken up for myself, I would constantly be thinking, is he available? Am I doing this right? Like, are we on the same page? And so just having the guts to really say what you mean, and to like, listen, like majority of my friends, all of my friends, and anyone who's in a situation like this, they know the truth, and just speak on that. Okay. All right. The next question is, how has being in a serious relationship changed your interest in the lifestyle? This is such a good question. It's not that the interest is gone. However, and it's funny because Mr. Right and I talk about this, and we're like, it's kind of like, it seems like a bonus to me now. Do I have to have the lifestyle? Do I have to have, playing with others and all that stuff? No. Like, and Mr. Right and I have talked about it, where it's like, we don't feel like we need to do that, but it's fun. And like we want to, and it's sexy and sounds like a great time. However, it's not like we're missing something in our relationships where we feel like the lifestyle needs to fulfill that void. But God, it's not about the interest in the lifestyle, it's navigating the lifestyle in a completely different way, right? So I'm used to being free and single and meeting other couples and not having any other person to worry about their thoughts, their feelings, their wants, their needs, their desires. And that's been very interesting for me. One of the biggest things I want to talk about with Mr. Right on this show is like how navigating the lifestyle with a partner is so different, and it's unique to every couple, right? So there's definitely a big difference. Like when I was a unicorn, I'd be like, yeah, whatever, let's go. Let it rip. And that's not the way it is with a partner. I'm thinking about, cues that we can have with each other, or, multiple check-ins, and what are your boundaries and how do you feel? And like, I'm thinking about things that I feel now that I never knew, right? Like, I have feelings of jealousy. I'm drinking my beer. That's something that Mr. Wright and I have been discussing, and I think we'll talk about on the show, is like, I have feelings of jealousy, and I've had like some issues where I'm like, hey, wait a minute, I'm not comfortable with this or whatever. And so it's definitely a whole different way to navigate the lifestyle, but I don't think it's changed my interests. It's more of like just a bonus. It's not like I don't know how to explain that. Like, I'm still just as interested, but it's very, very different with a partner. Okay. I have like 35,000 messages. How big are your boobs? What? It's just like a lot of redundant things. A lot of people want to talk about butt stuff, butt plugs. If you're looking for a butt plug, I highly recommend Tracy's Dog. It's like their mushroom butt plug kit. It's amazing. First of all, they come in 3 different sizes. They're upstairs because they're in the bedroom and they're being used. And they have like a little mini bullet vibrator that can go in each one. They're so soft. They're so smooth. That vibrator packs a powerful punch. And so on tracysdog.com, do the mushroom butt plugs. Use code CRAVERS20 to get 20% off your entire order. Highly, highly recommend those butt plugs if you're asking about butt plugs. And I will say my partners love, like, they're like, oh my God, it's next level shit when you have a butt plug in and they're having sex with you. When it comes to butt stuff, I'm into all of it. Tossing salads, finger, I mean, there's a reason why there's a heart on my middle finger right now. But anyways, okay. Someone also asked about foot fetishes, and my only thought about them is I don't shame them, I don't judge, and I really, really, really like being with someone that has a foot fetish because they love to rub my feet and suck my toes and do all of the above. I think Mr. Wright has a little bit of a foot fetish. He doesn't know that, but he does because he like sucks my toes and licks my feet and rubs my feet all the time. So maybe I'll have to enlighten him that actually this is a bit of a foot fetish. But yeah, I'm a big fan. Love them. Feet finder or whatever you're into. No judgment. And I think foot fetishes are awesome. So, okay. This is the last topic I'm going to discuss. And then I'm going to go back upstairs. Let me take my drink. And spend time with my man on the porch. And by the way, you guys are going to meet him tomorrow. What? Okay. The last question is, where is Amanda? Okay. I love Amanda. I love her so much. And, during the loss of my father and my grandfather and my cousin and like everybody, all the stuff that I was going through in my family, I wasn't podcasting for weeks. You guys know that. And I messaged her and we talked about family stuff and the kids and whatever. And, I was like, oh my God, you look so gorgeous or whatever. We had like the back and forth. But then I said to her 2 times, I said, hey, do you want to come back? Like, let's get back to Ask Double A. Let me know when you want to record. And she never responded about it and never addressed it. And so I have to respect her. And if she doesn't want to come back on the show, like, that's completely up to her. And I'm perfectly okay with it. I love her and wish her nothing but the best. But yeah, that's kind of what happened. And I didn't want to keep messaging her and being like, hey, you want to record? You want to record? And so I kind of have just let it go. And a month later, here we are. And so you should go follow her, on social media. And I know she has a great OnlyFans page and stuff. Again, I wish her nothing but the best. But I think, if she doesn't want to come back, then perfectly fine. And I just have to move on. This is not my first time, working with other people. And I know it's a lot. It's a time commitment and stuff. And so, yeah, like she just never responded to me. And so I'm not going to push it with her. You know what I mean? And so that's the end of that. But, okay, I'm going to get back upstairs because I'm like, okay, it's almost 9:15 and I'm going to go see my man and spend time with him. This is what I'm talking about. Like, this is life getting in the way of podcasting because I just want to spend time with my fam. But I really do miss you guys, and I'm happy that I'm doing this challenge because it gets me motivated and back in here and continually speaking with you. And it means a lot to me. I don't want to lose sight of that. And so, all right, I will see you guys tomorrow. Mr. Wright is going to be in the studio. What do you guys think? And if you have any questions for him, send me a message over on Instagram at Midlife Craving, or send me an email, midlifecraving@gmail.com, and I'll see you tomorrow. It sounds so crazy. 5 days in a row. Here we go. All right. This is interesting. This is expiration September 2225. Jesus. Okay. Interesting.